I'd like to talk to you for a moment first, Lorne. You made your first album recently, and I think it's going to do well, and it's a very good album. As a Canadian coming up, interested in jazz, as a Canadian guitarist, let's say, coming up, what are some of the encumbrances you've run into trying to pursue this form of music in Canada?
Well, one thing is just trying to make some sort of living at playing the music that I love, which is jazz, and having to settle for some fairly low financial remuneration for doing some of the jobs,
Yeah.
after hours for $2 for the night, things like that.
Yeah, it's true.
And, having to do a lot of woodshedding and stuff like that, a lot of disciplinary kind of things, stuff like that.
Do you see any change in it for the young players?
Well, I think these days we're almost at an advantage. There's so many good players around that we can all listen to, and there's by using tape recorders and all kinds of technological advances, we can learn faster.
Yeah,
things like that.
Butch, what is over the years you've really been in and out of the jazz scene here in Canada? You've done things with everybody from the Boss Brass through Anne Murray's group, through my group, and then things in the States with various groups. What do you feel about the jazz scene in Canada that you've seen?
Well, Opie, I think the jazz scene in Canada is improving.
You do think it's improving?
Yeah, because the opportunities for the young musicians are a lot greater than they have been.
You don't think that they're paying the same kind of dues that, for instance, I'll say I paid, because I know the dues I paid, not to cry my own case, but you grew up together in Montreal, and you know what was going on then. It was virtually impossible, except in a very unusual case, as it turned out to be in the room that I started in, the Alberta. It was virtually impossible to walk into a jazz gig as a jazz group. You had to come in as a house group, and if you made a name,
that's true.
If people came to hear you, right?
Right.
And you think that's changing? I think it's changing because of people like Lorne, various other players that are around. There are a raft of good players around.
Oh, I think so, because the opportunities are here for the good players. And, well, in our days, like a player like Lorne, at his young age, I don't think he would have had a chance.
It was really a lot tougher then. It's grown a little. I think that because there's been a revitalization of the interest in music of all types, jazz, country, pop, whatever it is, in the instruments themselves.
Right.
I think the universities are helping, though, too, with establishing really solid music programs.
Right.
Yeah, the young bands.
The high schools. They start off in high schools, which is great.
Well, here's hoping it does improve. Like you do another tune. What would you like to do?
We'll play some Just Friends.
Just Friends. Raymond, would you like to start this one, please? Well, we come down to that time again when it's time to say goodnight. We'd like to thank Lorne Lofsky, Butch Watanabe, our two guest soloists, along with Ray Brown, our bassist, Bobby Durham, our percussionist. Thank you all for visiting. Good night.